Jared Polin, FroKnowsPhoto.com, and it's coming up on the end of the year 2012, and it's been a spectacular year for photography. There have been so many new cameras that hit the market from Nikon, Canon, Samsung, Sony, Panasonic, you name it, a ton have come out. But I want to try something this year and give my predictions for 2013. What I think is going to happen in the industry, and just throw some ideas and thoughts out there and see what happens. So let's start with somebody like Nikon. What do I think is going to happen with Nikon? Well, we saw a good year this year with the D4 and all that coming out in 2012. I don't think, well, I can't say I don't think. I think we may see a high-end Nikon coming out, but I don't think it's going to come out till the end of the year, 2013, and that would be something in the D4X range if they went with a higher megapixel camera. But I do think you're going to see a replacement to the D4, and I think that's going to be announced somewhere by the end of the year. I'm thinking almost in December for a release next February of 2014, you may see a D4S. And what do I think is going to happen in that D4S? I think they're going to get away from the XQD card. It was an experiment. Nobody's picking up on it. I could be wrong, but I'm going to go ahead and say that I think the XQD card is going to die like the beta tape from Sony. The original beta, not super beta that came out and still is going strong now. But I think the XQD card's going to die. What else do I think? I made some notes here. You're going to see a D7000 replacement. I think that's absolutely going to happen on the DX range. And that camera is going to replace, let's see, the D7000 and a D300S. Because they haven't replaced either of them. I think you're going to see one camera to take the top end of the DX range that's going to be in the $1299 price range. It's going to feel like a D600, but it's going to have a DX sensor in there. So let's move on to Canon. Canon had a great year this year. What do they have to replace? Well, they've got something like a 7D to replace with the 5D Mark III and the Canon 6D coming out full frame. I think you're going to see a replacement of a 7D, and then going to the high-end range, you're going to see something that is going to be a 54, let's call it 54 megapixels from Canon. They're going to put two compact flash cards in it. Think of it as a big brother to a 1DX. Possibly new lenses like a 14 to 24. They've been talking about that thing forever, but I think this is the year, 2013, that you're going to see a 14 to 24 2.8L lens. That would give you a great Hebrew Trinity of a 14 to 24, 70 to 200 2.8, 24 to 70 2.8, both of those being version 2s. Other than that, with Canon, not even going to talk about point and shoots and calculators and all the other things that they do. They just keep releasing video cameras. I think we're set for most of that stuff for the while. Sony, my prediction is that Sony's going to continue not sending me stuff to play with. For everybody who asks, they don't send me anything. I ask for it. I've tried. They won't send me anything to try, so it makes it hard to review it. If you'd like to send it to me, guys, please get in touch. But what do I think Sony's going to do? You're going to see more of a combination of their DSLRs and their mirrorless cameras. The Nex system, the Nex 7 and all of those cameras they've done really well with. They keep shrinking the bodies, but the lenses stay the same size. I think you're going to start seeing higher end Nex series that start pushing a full frame sensor into it. I think their DSLRs, like an A99, I think you're going to start to see a combination of the mirrorless technology branching off into that, and seeing a combination of those systems moving from there. That's what Sony's trying to push. They're trying to push these bigger sensors in these smaller bodies, these Nex systems. Now, I'm not a huge fan of those personally, and with that said, well, I want to get to Fuji before we get to mirrorless. Fuji, I'm thinking it's time for an X Pro. Well, an X100 is out. They did a great job with that. I think it's time for an X200. They're going to see an X200. In 2013, they're going to announce the replacement to the X100. Specs, going to see, what are we going to call it? I don't even know what the megapixels is now for me to say. We'll say 24 megapixel awesome sensor, great color, doing what they do, making some slight changes and tweaks to the camera to make it operate a little less quirky, but it's still a cool little camera. And do I think the X Pro one will be replaced? No, I just think you'll get some new lenses coming out for that, but not replaced. And I'd love to say that Fuji's going to jump back into the 35mm market with a camera, a DSLR, but I don't think it's going to happen, so we'll call that one there. And I would actually be interested to see if Fuji picks up something from Kodak. I know that a lot of the patents have sold. I'd be curious to see if they take over film and things like that. Mirrorless cameras. You've got your Sonys, your Samsungs, your Panasonics, your Olympuses, your Pentexes. You also have Nikon and Canon. I'm going to call for the death of the Nikon J1 and V1 and V series. I think they're going to discontinue that by the end of 2013 and totally dump it and get out of that business, because the J1 is just gonna get out of it. I think Canon is gonna try it. They're gonna stick with it a little bit, but I don't think it's gonna be gone in 2013, but I think they're gonna get rid of it as well, because it's taking away too much from their digital SLR ranges, especially when the cameras aren't that different in size, in functionality. I think not yet in 2013. This would be a prediction for 2014 and 15. You're gonna start seeing the smaller cameras get full frame sensors. I think we're at the time where full frame sensors are going to start finding their way into less expensive cameras, and you're going to see a sub $1,000 full frame camera, but not yet. Facebook and Instagram. I don't think you're going to see the death of Instagram. Instagram is going to still grow and become stronger. Facebook and Instagram, I think, are going to meld into one system. I know they already bought Facebook, already bought Instagram. I think you're going to see more integration coming into both. I think you're going to see inline advertisements coming into Instagram with basically, you know, every 5 pictures you may see a picture ad that somebody pays for. I think you're going to start to see some of that. I don't think they're going out of business, but there is a competitor coming up, and it's Google. What's Google coming up with? Well, they bought Nik Filters, they bought Snapseed. They made Snapseed free. Snapseed is the greatest editing program that I've found, or one of the best ones that I've found on the iPhone. I will not edit in Instagram because I prefer to almost tweak a RAW file in Snapseed. So if Snapseed goes ahead and creates an online community, even though they already have Google+, I'm going to say that Snapseed's going to do well. And 2013, death of Google+. Google+ is going to be shut down. They're going to keep some things like, what are they going to keep? They're going to keep Hangouts. Hangouts is pretty much all Google+ is good for. I don't think it took off just like they thought it would. It grew really quick early, but then Facebook is just so integrated with 1.1 billion people that I don't think Google+ can even survive. They're going to shut it down because it's just not good. But then it is pretty good, but nobody wants to use it. They're going to come out and just use Hangouts and go from there. Sigma. All right, Sigma. We already know where they're going with their lenses. I think they're going to start, well, we know where they're going with their lenses in 2012. What do I think they're going to do in 2013? They're going to keep building better lenses on their artistic range. I'd like to see them build a new 70-200 2.8 in the under $1,000 range. I'd like them to hit with an $800 70-200 2.8 that's going to kick ass. Throw OS in there, damn it. Do that. You're going to have a winner at $800 for all the people jumping into the full frame market on a D600. And then I have a prediction that you're going to see a beginner flash guide, a FroKnowsPhoto beginner flash guide for you guys who are looking to learn flash. Beginners and intermediates, it's going to be there for you. And one final prediction for 2013, Ken Rockwell is going to shoot RAW. Yes, he is. So there it is. What are your predictions, guys? What do you think about the predictions that I've made? Please leave some comments down below. What do you think? What do you think is going to happen in 2013? Am I wrong? Am I off base? Am I just crazy? I don't know. Maybe a little bit of both, but that's the fun of predictions. So until next year when we review these predictions and see what I got and do another one, have a happy new year. Jared Polin, FroKnowsPhoto.com. See ya. Thank you for watching this video. If you'd like to subscribe to my YouTube channel, just click the subscribe button right here below the video, as YouTube has made the change. And one more thing, click on subscription updates, manage subscriptions, and if you would like to get an email every time I upload a new video, click this box. If you'd like to see it in your feed on YouTube, click that box. And
over on FroKnowsPhoto.com. If you haven't signed up for the FroKnowsPhoto email list, you can go ahead and put your name in this box, your email in this box, hit send it, and I will send you a free photo guide, a guide to capturing motion in low light situations. If you're new to photography or you're somewhere in the intermediate range looking to learn a little bit more about your camera and how to get out of auto, don't forget about the FroKnowsPhoto Beginner Guide, a guide to getting out of auto. It's at a special price right now. It's a 3-hour-long video. You can buy it as an instant download or as a physical copy with free shipping around the world. So thank you guys very much for watching.